Of ordinance enacting and adopting 2025 S-23 supplement to the Code of Ordinances for the County of Elkhart, Indiana.
Morning, Commissioners. Steve Olson, County Attorney. Before us today is the ordinance as described. As the Commissioners are aware, and for the public's awareness, the Elkhart County Code originally codified and compiled the ordinances, orders, and resolutions of a general and permanent nature for the County of Elkhart, Indiana. Since establishing that, we have done regular supplements to incorporate new ordinances into the county code. This is titled 2025 S-23 Supplement. This will be incorporating all of the ordinances and orders and resolutions of a general and permanent nature passed on or before July 31 of 2025 into the county code.
Motion approved.
Second.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Letter B, consideration of independent contractor with C&E Excavating.
C&E Excavating, Inc. is the contractor associated with a landfill project that was recently awarded at the last public meeting for the commissioners. This is the standard independent contractor agreement, incorporates the standard contractual language adopted by the ordinance to continue moving forward with that project.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. And then the task order for C&E.
Yes, the task order for C&E Excavating, Inc. is for that landfill cell F1, F2, PB7 construction, specifically for the bid out project.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. And then letter D, consideration of independent contractor agreement with Blue Flame Crew.
Similar to the last set of documents, this is the independent contractor agreement incorporating the standard contractual language adopted by the ordinance from the commissioners. This is with Blue Flame Crew LLC and is subject or is associated with the bid project for header pipe improvements.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. And then the task order for Blue Flame.
The task order is specific to the Elkhart County Landfill GCCS header pipe improvements and is ready for your approval.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Weights and measures report.
Thank you.
Motion to accept the December through January 16th motion or weights and measures report.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Board items, we have a disaster emergency declaration proposal.
Morning, Commissioner. Steve Olson, County Attorney again. This disaster emergency declaration is with respect to the natural disaster of a severe winter storm. As many in Elkhart County have seen, we've had significant snowfall, Elkhart County cold temperatures, some hazardous travel conditions, and threats to public health and safety. The ongoing forecasts continue to indicate the existence of risks for vulnerable populations. On January 23, 2026, this storm kind of initiated as recognized by the Governor Braun declaration of a statewide disaster emergency due to severe winter storms. That disaster emergency was issued under Executive Order 26-03, and it was followed by an announcement on January 24, 2026 by FEMA confirming that President Donald J. Trump approved the emergency declaration for the state of Indiana. This disaster emergency declaration is being issued under Section 1014-329 of Indiana Code, which allows for a local disaster emergency to be declared in Elkhart County, has an effective date of January 23, 2026. To give a little bit of background as to the reasonings behind doing this under the circumstances, we declare disaster emergencies of this nature not specifically to avoid people traveling on the roads, which is the instinct people have, but instead because there are circumstances where emergency services may be needed for certain population groups and for the county. And by declaring this, it allows the county to recover funds from the state and federal government to assist in providing those services. This does not modify or change travel conditions on the road. It is specifically for the purpose of allowing recovery of funds for the county of Elkhart.
Motion to approve the disaster emergency declaration.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Next is privilege of the floor. Seeing none.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned, and we will commence with the Elkhart County Department of Stormwater Management Board to order. And this is January 26, 2026. First is the approval of minutes from November 24th.
Make a motion to approve minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Elkhart County Business cost share application totals from 2008 to 2025.
Good morning, Elise Pfaff, County Health Department. In 2025, we had 6 cost share applications for a total of $70,812.50. So for our totals from 2008 through 2025, there's been 160 cost share applications for a total of $1,435,739.50.
So we just need to accept these or just, we need to?
Yeah.
Thank you, Elise.
You're welcome. I just present that every year.
I
And
just
then,
never remember what to do with it. Huh? He's not gonna care though.
So we have a cost share application now.
yes, we do, but also I have, the federal poverty levels have been published.
Oh.
So I've updated the funding level chart, which is based on percentages of the federal poverty levels, as well as the number of people that are in the household. But if you look at the chart, I did forget to put less than equal on a couple of the items in the first row there. So I will make those necessary additions to the chart and present that, or just give it to you next month.
So for
Okay?
3 and 4? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Yeah, I don't need another copy. Thank you.
You don't need a revised one? Okay.
No.
The numbers are correct. Okay?
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the cost share application for today is for deep cut backfill with pressure distribution septic system. There are 3 household members, 1 adult and 2 children. Adjusted gross income is reported on the 2024 federal tax return is $5,881. The applicant also receives SSI, which is Supplemental Security Income Disability, which according to the program guidelines is not to be included on the annual household income worksheet. The house was built in 1966 and our department does not have a permitted septic system record. The current system is installed into medium and coarse sands, which does not provide adequate treatment of the wastewater before contact with the water table, and partially treated waste are also ponding on the ground surface. The lowest estimate is $14,800, and funding guidelines are for full contingent grant assistance not to exceed $14,800.
I'm always entertained at the variance in cost between the different options, and just for my sanity, yes, you've looked at them and the low bidder's appropriate.
Yes,
So typically, this is suggesting that we do a complete grant of the amount and not have any loan at all.
that is correct in accordance with the program guidelines.
All right.
Normally, I like to see a little skin in the game for the owner, even if it's a small amount, but no.
I don't know where they're gonna get the skin on their income. So I would make a motion to approve the applicant for 14,800 complete grant assistance.
When this grant, they put a lien on the property. Is that true?
Yes, a lien is placed on the property for 5 years, so in the event that they do sell the property within that 5-year time frame, they are required to pay the money back.
I'll second the grant.
Okay, we have a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elise, just kind of battling some legislation, and I'm wondering, as you've gone through year over year, do we know, do we have an average price change that we can monitor and say the cost to repair and replace these has increase X amount of dollars? Or are we looking at now, because of different soils, only doing certain types of replacements or anything like that that we could maybe gather?
Well, I can, give you present an average, but it's all dependent on the existing system there, the available space. Like this system, they have to go in and cut out the old system, what's there, and then bring in spec 23 sands and then build the system on top of that. It's not a mound, but it sort of has the same components as a mound, where you'll have a septic tank and then a pumping chamber. And then you have to bring in additional soil material because the existing soils are not suitable to place a system in because there's already been a system there. So, and it's in a subdivision, so you have to have, specific well separation distance, not only on your property, but your neighboring property. And so some of these systems are more costly depending on available space. And
So
So-
maybe it's fair to say that not having a reserve septic is not a good idea?
that would be true.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Stormwater Partnership Business, the SWCD 2025 Stormwater Program Recap.
Good morning, Commissioners, Stormwater Board. Jim Hess, Elkhart County Soil and Water Conservation District. 2025 was a pretty good year. We had a lot of activities going on, a lot of neat partnerships were created. We not only did our activities, but through those, we gained some new partners. One, we teamed up with the University of Notre Dame, and Dr. Jen Tank and Mo Albanar came on board to put together the soil and water assessment tool for Elkhart County, and they're going to be doing the watershed study, swap modeling in the Elkhart River here on the south side of Goshen. What that does is kind of lays out some tools, gives us some predictions, shows us different land use capabilities, and from a water standpoint, how does that, from a quantity, how does that work from different land use scenarios, and also from a water quality piece as well. And so that's kind of a neat thing that will be introduced here in 2026, but we had to put some homework together during 2025. One of the other things that was kind of neat, we were able to put together our water quality of life manual. So that's basically a field guide manual for agricultural, residential, construction, post-construction scenarios in Elkhart County that is specific Elkhart County. So these are best management practices put together, compiled into a manual that anybody can look at and see, no matter where they're at, backyard, garden, farm field, construction site, ongoing business, kind of has a little bit of a guide that was put together through all of our efforts at the office, but as well, we used BS&F engineering to compile this. And so that got completed, and we're going to roll that out at our Pay Dirt event in February. So that'll be a kind of a neat rollout for that in 2026. Our education pieces, we did our typical schools, events, different things specific to you guys through the SWAMP, or the Stormwater Alliance Management Program. We do put conservation on the ground. This year, we were able to keep just a little over 175,000 tons of sediment out of our ditches. And to kind of lay that into respect, it's basically a little over 15 large dump truck loads of sediment through the conservation practices that were put in through filter strips, grass waterways, and cover crops across the county. And it was kind of unique this year. I took a little bit different approach, drove to people's farms, showed up. We had a specific area that I wanted to concentrate on. And if you ever get down County Road 40, from Goshen to Wakarusa. I spent a lot of time in that area. And if you can see, especially coming up this, can't see it now with the snow, but this spring, most of those fields are going to be green instead of brown fields. And so that's kind of catching on. We've got 12 new participants in that swamp program just this year. And I think Phil probably got tired of seeing me coming in and getting those signed off, but they were new participants. And so that's always kind of neat how that rolls out and goes. So that was kind of a wrap up of 2025. We're rolling into 2026 with our pay dirt event. And I'm going to let Todd Clark share with you some of the stuff that we did through stormwater and roll out the pay dirt event.
Thanks, Jim. Morning, Commissioners. Todd Clark, Elkhart County SWCD. Morning, Phil. We do have a big pay dirt event coming up, but before I get to that, let's talk a little bit about our stormwater numbers. Usually I stand up here and I give you guys specific numbers, but just kind of like there's no approval of any of this. But 2 years ago, we had 86 new plans come in through our office for review throughout the entire county. This year we were down to about 83. So over the last couple of years, really similar numbers in how many projects are coming in that are new. Additionally, we did 156 inspections out of our office. We only had 3 complaints that we actually went out to on these projects that the SWCD was called on to go out to. That doesn't include anything that might have happened for the city of Goshen, city of Elkhart. I'm sure they had more, but for us, we were contacted with 3 different complaints and they were dealt with accordingly without having to do anything, take it to a different level, I guess you would say. So moving into the next year, one of the things that we really focused on again was the outreach and education piece. We did the CSGP and me training. We had 52 new individuals go through that training last year that are actively inspecting projects throughout the county. We're also going to be at Pay Dirt at 7 a.m. on the 26th, host a large training for that. So it will be breakfast and then the CSGP and me in conjunction with Jim doing an agricultural swamp focused training. So there will be 2 separate trainings. We encourage anybody who's interested in coming to that. Again, this is one of those opportunities for people to get educated on this because we don't want to have the I didn't have any idea for that. So we make this available. We've been doing recently, we did it at the Home Builders Association. So really getting to different places and getting this training done.
Real quick, so you said the 26th, since you're being recorded, do you want to clarify the month?
February 26th. Thank you. Yes, February 26th. And we have 2-day events. So this year on Pay Dirt, just to kind of explain, and I've had some conversations with you guys in the past on the approach we're taking this year. Last year we did Pay Dirt and it was, we had some really great speakers from around the country, regional speakers, some people who were more nationally known. And we thought it was an excellent event. It was, everybody who came enjoyed it. One of the things that we really wanted to get back to this year was making it more local. It's very Elkhart County centric. So we have our presenters. One of them is going to be Brad Mossness from Aben Marsh Engineering. He's going to present on Brinkley RV and the 250-acre campus that they designed and were a part of even before Last Dance LLC became owners. They were working with the previous owners. So they have a very unique perspective of this project from start to finish. We will be doing a panel discussion with the city of Goshen, the owners of Brinkley RV. We'll have Aben Marsh Engineering up there. We'll also have some of the contractors that worked on that project and really ask some questions, try to get some of that. What were the obstacles that you guys had to overcome? Because I think one of the things that everybody wants to show, this is how you're supposed to do it. I think drawing a little bit of a line from, hey, this is a problem that everybody has. These are some solutions that they came up with, but giving people more of an education on how to overcome all of those difficulties that you have. Because when we're doing a project, it never turns out to be what we have on paper. It's always changing, it's evolving. And this demonstrates kind of how that went for a singular project. After we're done inside the building, we will be taking any participant who wants to go via school bus over to Brinkley doing a tour both of the stormwater structures at the facility, in addition to their welcoming us into their buildings and showing us how the product's made. So actually seeing what the outcome of all this is. So very excited to feature this. This is a company who's really made some efforts to put stormwater at the forefront. They've spent a lot of additional money to make sure that they're doing the right thing on this. And we believe that this will be a great feature for people to see. That will be February 26th. On the 25th, we're doing pay dirt infield inside. So we've been told many times, we usually are doing best when we're showing people how things actually work, letting them get their hands dirty. So this 2.5-hour session is going to focus on different products, different stabilization methods, cover crop mixes. It's going to be a combination of both agricultural and stormwater best management practices inside the ECCC at the fairgrounds, where everybody can kind of get their hands dirty if they want to, see how this stuff works, ask questions, and we're going to have all the experts available to talk to them. So that, again, this is a very different approach. A lot of times these things are separate, where we have somebody come and just sit and talk to you and you watch a slideshow, and we hope you retain that, where this is getting to play in the sandbox a little bit, but in the warmth of a building. So I would like to personally invite you guys again. One of the things that we're able to do this year, because we have such great support from all of our vendors and sponsors, is this year it's going to be free of charge. We're asking people to come for as little or as much as they're wanting to come to. We do ask that you register on our website at elkhart.swcd.org, and you can go to our pay dirt tab and you can register there. And it gives you options on how, like, what you want to register for. The main thing with this is to try to get the amount of people that are there, so we know how many people we need to feed for lunches. And then again, that training on Thursday includes breakfast. So great opportunity to grab something to eat, but also get a little bit of an education.
Repeat the registration information again for people who are listening, please.
Right. So you can go to our website. It's at www.elkscoswcd.org. And you can go to our pay dirt tab, and there's a registration there that you can register.
Very good. Thank you, Todd.
For sure. Thanks, guys.
Hang on a minute. So, on the environmental side of all of this with the stormwater, we talked earlier about one of the previous meetings about the stormwater board providing stormwater inspection sheets, samples of them, so local industries could start doing monthly or weekly stormwater inspections at their facilities. Did you guys put any more thought into that?
Are you talking about completed construction or the
Yeah, just completed, just offering that as that form, because there's a lot of there's a lot of requirements through IDEM, but there's not a lot of support through IDEM.
right?
And I think it'd be proactive. I think it'd be proactive for our stormwater board to come up and assist local manufacturers in Elkhart County and offering a sample inspection that they could customize for their own facilities. You know, where you got to look, the downspouts,
Mhm.
where your water enters the parking lots and then through dry wells. And then where's the water from the dry wells go? Your retention ponds. Do your retention ponds leave your facility and hit public waterways? You know, stuff like that.
One of the things that's kind of unique about this presentation that we're doing, we are including that post-construction component. And one of the things that is a definite miss that we've noticed in the handoff of the stormwater pollution prevention plan from the engineer of the project to then the project owner is there is a piece that's built into your plan that is exactly what you described. What happens is it's not always, I think sometimes these projects are submitted and they're done to sort of check the box and make sure we're meeting the requirements of the local entity, when realistically these are designed to be helpful to the owner. And there is a there is a manual that's supposed to come. It's a post-construction maintenance plan that should come with every single project that is at least disturbing more than 1 acre. And so that they do have that idea. Now, anything less than an acre doesn't have that same requirement. But our goal is to encourage engineers, encourage the owners of these projects, encourage the contractors who are part of these projects to make sure the owner has an understanding that this piece does happen beyond the point where they walk off the site. Because I think that's where we have the miss, and our education and outreach tries to make sure that they recognize that piece, but it doesn't always happen. As much as we try,
Well, see, the problem you have, one of the issues you have is when properties change owners.
Yep.
So the original owner, he was all 100% on board and had these services offered to him, or had this,
Sure.
you know. Now, the new owner of this property, they have no clue.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and
It is-
IDEM requires all this, but IDEM does not give you any assistance.
They don't. They're very short-staffed, I would say, and it's
I
not.
understand,
It's
I
just,
get it, but you know, people are paying a stormwater fee. We ought to offer some substance, something for it, other than fines or,
Well, they do,
Or
in all
infraction.
fairness, they do a lot
Oh,
of
I get it.
education.
Oh,
I don't, I understand what you're saying, and I just don't want anybody to think that IDEM or our staff is not doing what they can. Their resources are very tight as well.
I understand all that, and so does most people. I'm just saying, it'd be nice if we offered that as something, look, here, we can help you design something. You know?
definitely something we
You
can look
talk-
into. The other thing, it would be, we have the information. It would be if somebody reaches out to us providing it to them. Hey, this is what the original owner had. Here
Yeah,
it is for you now. Like, this is what they need to do. So,
because I've
absolutely.
worked with the health department on this too. So,
okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Jason Kaufman, Stormwater Coordinator, City of Goshen. So Bob, to kind of go along with what you're saying, we have in the city, the MS4 permit requires us to do post-construction inspection to make sure that the post-construction portion of our program is being implemented. And so Goshen is working towards putting on our website all of the properties that have post-construction plans, so that property owners, as it changes hands, are able to access that. It's also recorded, that these documents are recorded, so they should come up in a title search. And we've had property owners who are purchasing a property contact us to ask what their post-construction requirements are. That's very few in the nearly 175 that Goshen has, but it is there. So to try to understand, are you looking for more outreach to property owners?
Well, I think the property owner ought to be able to go to the website and say, and because they have to put together a stormwater protection plan, right?
Well, they have one, or that property already has one.
Right, but
Yep.
they don't know that. You know, and so what's happening is they're hiring all these these third-party environmental companies and absorbing that cost to try and get a plan written, you know, just to fulfill the requirements. If they knew to go to the stormwater board's website,
Mhm.
Elko website, and there'd be a tab here, does your facility need a stormwater protection plan? Click, and then walk them through something and have like a sample or one they could print off that they could do their own. And I think over the course of time, you'd get more buy-in with the stormwater protection, just like what Goshen's doing.
Mhm.
But it's just a small form.
But they don't have to create a new plan though.
Right, but they don't know that. Most
Okay.
people don't know that.
Yeah.
So.
So
I'm
just having more information out there that is available on our website. That
Yeah,
would
and it's
help.
like, you know, and I'm not knocking that there's not no information or no support there. I know, because I work here and I represent here, that, you know, I tell people, you need to contact the stormwater board. You know, they'll take care of whatever your needs are, you know.
Why not make the plan part of the title work when the property changes hands?
I mean, it's part of the title work.
See, that's good.
So it's part of the title work, and in the document itself, it says that the current owner is supposed to inform.
I understand
And
that.
I know that doesn't always happen, but
So
it's,
you have layers of authority at these facilities,
yes,
and it's the guy that's not close to the top who has to do all this. And if he doesn't know what's up here and what's available on the facility through the paperwork when the transaction was taking place.
mhm.
So I'm just saying that anybody should be able to go and click on, just this is what you should consider, or here's some options,
Yep. No, and we'll do that and
just as a proactive thing.
proactive. And I mean, the other aspect is with the education that the partnership provides, we're always wanting to have those people who have their hands on the post-construction measures, the maintenance of the facilities, that they come to these events. And so that would be something that we hope that these property owners.
And I
are-
think you
are
guys,
interested in.
I think we do an outstanding job. I really do. So.
I would agree. So, but thank you very much for the suggestion.
Any other business? Privilege of the floor? Seeing none,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.